Hi, welcome back dito sa channel natin. And for today's video, papakita natin yung naging laro nga nila Grandmaster Vladimir Kramnik and Grandmaster Alexander Grischuk. So, ito ay ang dalawang player na ito ay kasikatan pa. Dati-rati nila kasabayan nila Anan, nila Gelpan, nila Karpov, Kasparov. So, kasabayan sila. Nung mga araw na yun, still bata-bata pa si Alexander Grischuk. So, tingnan natin ang kanilang naging laro sa kanilang naging Game 1 sa event na Satty Zhuldyz Chess Festival. So, again, it's a Blitz game. They are given 15 minutes to play. So, kung sino yung mananalo dito, magkakaroon, napakalaki din ng kanilang magiging prize pool. So, tingnan natin ang kanilang naging Game 1. So, nag-D4 opening dito si Alexander Grischuk. White pieces si Alexander and black naman si Vladimir. Then, nag-D5 si Kramnik. Then, nag-C4, C6, Knight F3, Knight F6, E3, Bishop F5. Then, Knight to H4. So dito pinasok nila ang Slav defense with a quite variation ng scallop defense. So yun ang kanilang ginamit. So bishop takes b1, rook takes b1, and nag e6. Pinalakas lang ang center pawn. And a3. So a3 para mapigilan yung mga check. And bishop to d6, knight to f3, knight bd7, queen to c2. Castle, knight, bishop to d3, sorry for that, and nag e5. So napakalakas lang pawn dito sa gitna and naka-atake pa dito, or kung hindi siya kakainin po pwede siyang mag-push and magiging lugi na for the white pieces gawa nga ng merong fork sa knight sa bishop. So c takes d5, c takes d5, d takes e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, and nag-castle. So dito slightly balance lang ang kanilang evaluation bars base sa analysis si Stockfish. Rook c8, na queen to e2, knight to e4, rook to d1, queen to c7, g3 para makaluwag-luwag ang king, g6, bishop to d2, queen to b6, bishop to e1, rook to f to d8, king to g2, queen to b3, queen to f3 para merong atake on the knight and merong pa pressure na mamibigay on the f7. So knight f6 kaya bumalik, knight queen e2, knight e4, queen f3, and nag c5. Then bishop f1, knight e6, rook d3, queen to c2, rook to b to d1 para dagdag pressure on the d5, d4, e takes d4, bishop takes d4, and nag b4. So napakalakas, may control sa A and sa C. So b6 pinigilan, h4, h5, rook 3 to d2, queen to c7, bishop to a6, rook to b8, bishop to b5, rook to d6, bishop to a4, bishop bd8, bishop to b3, queen to e7, rook to d3, bishop to d7, rook takes d6, rook takes d6, rook takes d6, queen takes d6, and queen d5. Dito gusto na magipagpalitan ng queen dito ni Grandmaster Grischuk Alexander. So queen takes d5 check, bishop takes d5, knight to d4, a4, bishop to c2, knight to c2, depensa lang, bishop to d2, bishop to f8, b5 talaga. And syempre naman kapag paparating na ang endgame, kailangan mo talagang mas ma-push pa ang mga pawns papunta sa side ng kalaban. So, bishop to d6, bishop to c3, king to f8, king to f3, king to e7, king to e4, bishop to c5, f4. Bad move bro ito, sabi ni Stockfish. Dapat lang daw sana ang ginawa is bishop to b3. So, balik natin f4, f6, f5, g takes f5, king to d3, knight to e3, bishop to f3, knight to g4, king to e2, knight to d6, bishop to e1, king to e6, bishop to b7, knight to e5, bishop to c8 check, knight d7, king to f3, king to e7, king to c3, king to d8, c takes d7, king takes d7, bishop takes f6, then king to e6, bishop to g5, bishop to e5, bishop to f4, king to d5, bishop to e5, and king to e6. Bad move bro ito. Ang the best move lang daw sana is king e5. King takes e5 and king takes e5, king e3, king e6, king e2, king d5, king d3, king e5, king e3. So magiging tabla na ang kanilang position and magiging 3 moves repetition na din sila. So balik lang natin sa ginawa. King to e6, bishop to f6, king takes f6, king to e3, then king to e6. Dito is nag-decide na ang dalawa na magtabla. Gawa nga ng meron na lang silang tig-apat na pawn and ang kanilang oras is konti na lang din yung natitira. So it's a respect na lang din for both players. So again, I hope na meron kayong nakuha for this game. Tabla ang kanilang naging laro for the game 1. Papakita natin sa susunod na araw ang kanilang naging game 2. So please, kami po ay humihingi ng tulong at suporta sa inyo na suportahan niyo po kami sa aming channel, and please do not forget to leave some comments. Any comments po, makakatulong na po yun sa amin. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood and have a good day. Bye!